So I go to the grocery store today to get some groceries, and I got some grapes because obviously 3 kids love grapes. $15.07. $15.07. Ridiculous. So then I go over to red grapes. Maybe that'll be better. Nope, $11.
Frustration is rising across Kansas as many Trump voters say the cost of living is becoming an overwhelming burden.
Be honest, is $3.99 per gallon for gas cheap, or am I complaining too much? I think it's atrocious.
Can somebody explain to me why my electric bill is $525 freaking dollars?
So I just got my power bill, and I got charged for the sunlight, the moonlight, the street light, the light of my life, the speed of light, the light of the Holy Spirit, and the light at the end of the tunnel. What the hell?
If you live in Kansas or Missouri, or you're from Kansas City, then this is going to be a gas review. So I'm going to show y'all how much you about to spend. I'm not going to lie. So to start this off, I try to get 87. You feel me? I can't. They only have 89. Dude, like, this is literally just making me want to cry. This is horrible. Like, I literally cannot watch. I'm just going to fill it all the way up, and I will show you guys how much.
Hey, I just want you to know, yesterday, regular gas was $3.99. Today, you want to know the price? Here you go, $4.29, a 30-cent increase. Now, that was quite a big jump, right? Get used to it. It's not over. It's not over, all right? Thank you all. Thank you all. Yeah, it's great. This is sarcasm on my face, but I just had to share this information. Just, boop. It's not over. We're just getting started.
1 gallon of gas in Kansas is over half of minimum wage. So in Kansas, gas just hit $4.29. The minimum wage in Kansas is $7.50. So to put this in perspective, if you have like a Toyota Camry or a Nissan Altima or, you know, a car, nothing fancy, your gas tank holds about 15 to 16 gallons, okay? That means that if you work at minimum wage, if you're just starting out, you know, you're a teenager with a part-time job, whatever the reason that you are making minimum wage, it doesn't really matter. It's not the point. You would have to work 8.5 hours just to fill up your gas tank. So you would have to work an entire shift plus some just to fill up your gas tank to get to work, to get to your next shift. Are we winning yet? Is America great again? Oh my God, make it make sense.
This is my 2014 Chevrolet Impala. On average, I spend about $35 to fill up this baby. This is getting out of control. $58 for my Impala. No brainer. Usually it costs me like $35 to fill up my Impala. Now it's this much. We need to figure it out. We need to figure it out quickly. Because I can't keep doing it. I can't keep doing it.
Good morning and happy Thursday. We've almost made it through another work week. I have to stop on the way to work and get gas, so I am not looking forward to that because my tank is completely empty. My light is on. So let's see how much that costs this morning.
Kansas City MAGA voters and supporters, I am here for you guys again. These guys are crying, these guys are screaming because of the triple price of their utility bills. Do you know what it means to triple your price? Utility bills in the sense that the water rates, the electricity bills, gasoline, those little things you use at home, your household bills, has been tripled.
If you're an Ameren, Missouri customer, your utility bills are going to start going up by an average of $17 a month starting tomorrow. Here's why. Ameren was recently approved for a $335 million rate increase in a rate case that was settled, which is set to take effect on June 1st. These increases were put into effect to account for the cost of things that are a part of their smart energy plan, such as storm resiliency, customer metering, solar arrays, and more. What's interesting about this is that this is actually the second time Ameren has been approved for a rate increase since 2022. In fact, of the 43 rural electric cooperatives in Missouri, over 70% of them have had a rate increase in the last 2 years, in addition to all 3 of the larger investor-owned utilities like Ameren, Evergy, and Liberty. In our current economy, it's already hard for low and fixed income customers to pay their utility bills. In fact, rising utility costs are the second leading cause of homelessness in Missouri. Utility disconnections are extremely high in Missouri. In 2022, our state had the 6th highest number of disconnections in the nation. Missouri's biggest utility is Ameren, Missouri. They service over 1.3 million electric customers. At the beginning of this year, Ameren had 166,000 customers that were behind on their electric bills, which equaled almost $28 million in total bills past due. Within the last year, Emeren has shut off service to over 90,000 households because the customers were unable to pay their electricity bills. This is all a very dangerous trend, which leaves utility customers having to choose between paying their utility bills and paying for household essentials such as food and medicine. The kicker is, some of the things Emeren is charging ratepayers for, such as solar arrays, could be paid for with federal incentives. Ratepayers do not have to be the ones to foot the bill. So there you have it. Utility rates in Missouri are climbing faster than we can keep up.
You want to see something fun? Power bill, $9.50 just for the power bill. I mean, it's gas too, so gas and power, $950 a month is where we're reaching now at this point. And maybe it was from when we put the tiny house in. This is like a quadplex basically set up, so it's whatever. You're going to use more power, but even with our like shared houses, other things like that, you're at 500, 400, maybe 600, like worst times of the year. So this was just much higher than I've ever had at places like that. So it's just surprising, but look at this. Okay, so here's like more normal, right? So what is that? October last year, $412. We creep up in the wintertime, right? 500, 665. So December, it starts getting more expensive. And then now that we're into April, which is kind of crazy, in April, $950. It hasn't been very cold, but we've been creeping up as we get into winter, whatever it's called, but it really hasn't been that cold this year. So I'm just thinking it's got to be like the pumps for the tiny house, maybe. But they're saying the kilowatt hours have doubled since last year, which is super crazy.
If you live in Kansas, they're trying to put 2 of those AI centers in Central County. That we have so much farmland. They're going to affect so many people. They're going to steal all of our water.
When I pay my bills or I buy my groceries, I feel the squeeze too, because cost of living has skyrocketed. And Kansas families are being squeezed by these blanket tariffs that are increasing costs across the board. Stop this reckless tariff policy and put that money back in hardworking Kansas families' pockets, where it belongs.
Hey guys, I just wanted to come talk to y'all for a minute. So, I had to go grocery shopping today for me and my husband. We're empty nesters, so our kids no longer live at home. So I'm not having to spend as much money on groceries now, but I'm still spending $200 or $300 every 2 weeks just for me and him. I look back on it and I'm like, how did we afford to feed our kids and ourselves with the income we make? Because we do not make a lot of money. My husband pays all of our bills and I make sure that we have groceries and everything we need for our house. Groceries are through the roof. It's absolutely ridiculous. I'm sure it costs some families $500 or $600 in 2 weeks to feed their families. Something needs to be done about this because it is out of hand. I don't know how some people are making it. People that don't get food stamps, that are struggling, because I know there's some single moms out there that are probably over the income limit by like $20 and you're not able to get food stamps, which I think is ridiculous because you're really need the help to pay for groceries because they are through the roof.
Utility bills, utility expenses can make one to run mad. It can make someone to go crazy. Because come to think of it, that you are paying like 10 USD to get 1 liter of diesel. Now that is triple the price, that is you're paying 30 USD. It's way too much. I feel for those people. In one way, I laugh. They brought this upon themselves and also brought it upon the citizens and residents of US. Yes, if they had listened, if they had known, they wouldn't have done this. They wouldn't have voted for Trump. Just look at how everybody's screaming. The electricity bills that they pay, the gasoline, the water rates, it's way too much. They are paying too much. It's on the high side. This is way too much, guys. I don't know if I'm to laugh or if I'm to pity for them, but the fun fact is the previous video I posted about the uproar from Kansas City, you can check my previous videos. You will see that there. You will see a lot of comments. You will see that people are not even pitying them again. You will see people saying that they brought this upon themselves and also upon other innocent citizens that shouldn't be suffering with them. They actually brought it upon themselves. So why pity them? Why pity them all, So when you see those kind of comments, you'll be like, these people are really out. They are out for these people. I feel for you guys. Kansas, MAGA supporters. I feel for you. I feel for you guys.
Because I am so tired of this economy. I came to Walmart to grab some stuff to make dinner tonight, and then the girls were already out of juices, yogurts, and like just random little snacks. $80 freaking $80. What did I get? Literally, like, I got yogurt. The most expensive thing that I got was $18, which is ground beef, which is crazy because I remember that like ground beef was like $5, and the big one was like maybe $10. I don't know how many pounds this is. But I was like, dang, that is crazy expensive for what? Like, this shit isn't even gonna last me a week. A week in my household, the strawberries, the yogurts, the juices, the chocolate milk is not gonna last me a week. Like, my girls go through everything so quick.
We need to talk about the current state of the economy, because last month, if I added up everything I spent on groceries, and it's me and my husband and 3 kids. I have a newborn, so I eat for him because I breastfeed. A 2-year-old who does eat a lot, and a 4-year-old who never wants to eat. Okay, keep in mind these are boys, so when they are teenagers, they will be eating everything. Bringing me back to the economy here. If I went and added up everything I spent on groceries or household essentials like cleaning, diapers, things like that, I would put every dollar to my name that I spent more than my mortgage last month on that. For preference, my mortgage is like $1,850 a month. Okay, not super bad. More than my mortgage on groceries and household essentials.
Hey, just got back from the store. I don't know. I keep hearing, oh yeah, meat is supposed to be cheaper now. Well, all the food is cheaper. Prices are coming down. Gas prices are coming down. Well, not where I live. We just paid $5 a gallon for diesel. Yeah, $5 a gallon. And meat, I wanted to buy some steak for dinner, but can't afford it because meat prices are through the roof. I guess whoever says food prices are down must be living in a bubble. But yeah, so we went and got my husband got his free breakfast at IHOP. Of course, I paid $20 for my breakfast. So after taxes and tip, it cost us $26. So this free breakfast really wasn't that free. He picked up a coupon at a steakhouse for a free meal. And then we went to Aldi, bought a couple things, groceries, $40. So yeah, things are getting more expensive every day, but we're being told it's getting better. Well, I'm not feeling it.
Now, Kansas has a minimum wage of $7.25 an hour, and the average rent for a studio apartment is $7.23 a month. That would be 62% of a minimum wage worker's gross income. If they decided they couldn't afford that and decided instead to go in with a buddy and rent a 2-bedroom apartment, the average rent for a 2-bedroom apartment is $10.50 a month. And their share would be 45% of their gross income. Why it matters. So 22% of the population in Kansas make under $15 an hour. So that is a sizable chunk of the population.
The Kansas minimum wage is still $7.25 an hour. That's not realistic for anybody. And in my job, I talk with people every day processing food stamp applications, and the real minimum wage in Kansas sits somewhere around $10 to $12 an hour, depending on where you're at. That's still not livable. In my estimation, the income needed in Kansas for one person to live on their own, pay their bills, and scrape by is about $20 an hour. If you're not making $20 an hour in Kansas, you're on food stamps or you have roommates. It's ridiculous. Kansas is not an expensive state, but the world has changed so much. Rent has gone up so much that affordable housing just doesn't exist. We need affordable housing. We need a minimum wage that is a living wage, not $7.25. Not, yeah.
$4.65 a gallon. It has gone down a little bit. It ended up costing me $81.05 to fill up my vehicle, which is absolutely disheartening. I drive a GMC Terrain, which it does cost a little bit more, but normally it costs me around $45 a week. So I almost used my 2 weeks worth of gas budget for 1 week. So needless to say, we won't be doing much traveling this weekend.
This one is very busy. And local friends, this is at the get-go right by Honda, like Cracker Barrel. $3.88. So it's like the cheapest I've seen in a little while.
And I forgot to take a video, but just filled up for $60.98, which is sad because not that long ago I filled up for like $40, but it is what it is.
Yo, I just drove by Quick Trip and that said gas was $4.29. What the hell? Filled up last night for $3.99, but $4.29? What the?
$4.19 per gallon. Remember, Roger Marshall wants you to get over it. Kansas continue to get less and less out of their hard-earned paychecks thanks to people like Roger Marshall.
If you really think about it, like, this generation has gone through so much. We've gone through a recession. We've gone through COVID. we've literally gone through it all. Like, what's next? A tsunami in the Midwest? Like, that's not even possible. But like at the same time, I'm not gonna hold anything back. You know, I used to be able to fill my car up with literally 20 bucks full, and now it takes 46.
Okay, so I am at GetGo filling up for $3.88. There'd be one time that I would think that that's terrible, but right now that's pretty darn good. But $3.88 at GetGo. But look at this. Across the street is another GetGo. Like,
At this point, I will tell Kansas MAGA voters to just chill. Take things easy, find a way to navigate the whole thing, manage yourselves because nobody is coming to help you. Trump is not coming to help you. You've seen that he doesn't care. His administration doesn't care. Even you as a MAGA voter, he doesn't care. You would have voted him in. He doesn't care. He doesn't believe, like, he doesn't care that you exist or how you survive your things. It doesn't bother him. It's a big lesson to all Kansas supporters. Utility bills that is on a high side now is actually getting to them. They are the people that it's getting more to. Just chill, take things easy and find a way to navigate and manage yourselves. It is what it is. That is what it is. That is what is happening right now. A big shout out and credit to all video owners used in this video. It is solely for analysis and also to explain more on what Kansas City MAGA voters are passing through. Do well to keep watching this video, keep subscribing, keep coming to this channel for every news, gist, trending, latest updates. Because what is happening in Kansas right now, gasoline is high, petrol is high, diesel is high, groceries is high, utility bills, that little thing that you're supposed to have. Electricity is high, water rate is high. What do you now want people to do? Even down to the poorest, even down to the least person that is earning there is suffering. And you don't care. This is quite unfortunate and I feel for them, honestly. I feel for them, but I guess they must have learned their lesson right now. I guess they must have learned a lesson in a big way, in a way they did not expect. Believe me, next time when voting, they will vote with their eyes open, with their conscience open. They will not vote because it's because of this person. They will have reason to vote that person. Another set of people are the people laughing at these Kansas voters, supporters of Trump. They're not even pitying them. Like, you see some people in the comment section that will be laughing at you that you are crying that your utility bill is high. They'll be laughing at you, telling you that you deserve whatever that you are getting. And honestly speaking, I think they deserve it. They deserve it. They deserve it. You checked between Trump and the person that he's competing with. You decided to vote for Trump. I don't know if I should give you people my have mercy on you people, or even to say that you people are even getting what you deserve. But at this point, try and find a way to navigate the whole thing. Utility bill on the high side. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. Yeah. Anyway, guys, take care of yourselves and see you all in my next video. Till then, bye.